Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing I Hauled It But Did I Like It? And for anybody who does not know what that is where I bring back things I have been reviewing and we in-depth review them and find out whether I am liking them or I am not liking them, and we see whether or not you guys would like them or not like them. So if you guys want to find out what we will be reviewing today and how I'm feeling about them, then just sit tight and we'll get right into it. So many of you have seen lately that a ton of influencers have recently got the CoverGirl PR box full of foundation. And I am so ecstatic to see that CoverGirl and a huge company like that is sending PR boxes to smaller influencers. That really is just a huge exciting sign for me. It's really exciting to see that they're taking notice that the smaller influencers matter as well. So it's really exciting, and I was one of those people that received that box and I was really excited about it, and I showed that on my Instagram and my Snapchat, and you guys seemed really excited about it too. For the most part, there was a lot of people in different countries that just don't get CoverGirl, and that was really sad to hear. I did not know that not everybody gets CoverGirl makeup. That was eye-opening. I did not know that, and I am truly sorry to anybody who does not get certain types of makeup. Like, it blew my mind. But this new foundation here, this is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. I want to say Made Matte. I don't know why, but the Matte Made foundation. It's like a comfort matte. They sent us all 40 shades, and I think that's because they want us to promote that they have 40 shades, that they are inclusive shade range, and that's amazing. But they could have just told us that. That's a lot of foundations. That's a lot of foundations. And while I will be giving mine to the rescue mission here in my city because that's just too many foundations for me, I don't know what to do with all of that, and giving that all away online and having to ship all of that separately is just ridiculous for me. So I'm going to be giving that to the rescue mission and to the shelter down here in my city. So thank you, CoverGirl, for that. But that was a little overwhelming. But 40 shades, way to go, CoverGirl. With that being said, it was a little hard. It was a little hard to find my shade. The shade range is still a little iffy. A lot of the shades seemed to match one another or just not be what they are in any other company's foundation line or even CoverGirl's normal foundation colors. They just didn't seem to match, and I had a really hard time. I did find so far what I have a couple more. I actually ended up keeping 4 because I was like, you know what, right now I'm in between self-tanning and all of this, and this is kind of a hot mess for me, you guys. So right now I'm in with Classic Ivory, which is the L40, but so many are so close with just a hint of a different color, and I think that's why they were trying to be so exclusive and inclusive here. So the whole thing is very confusing for me. There are so many that I think that with a lot of this, if you grab 1 or 2 up or down, you will still find a shade range that will work for you here. So one thing that I did notice about this foundation right away is that, yes, there are a ton of shade ranges, but there still seems to be some difficulty there finding your shade range, and they expanded that shade range, but weirdly, the fair side of that is kind of non-existent, and that was a little confusing to me too. Now let's get on. They sent this with the PR package, and this kind of just explains some more about the foundation. The first thing here says they set out to create a foundation that works for all skin types, so we listen to you. All skin types out of a matte foundation. That was a little weird for me because skin types, you know, a matte foundation is not supposed to work for dry skin. So I was a little like, huh? You know, I perked with that. It's inclusive of all skin needs. Matte Made minimizes pores, controls shine, feels comfortable on your skin, and stays put for up to 12 hours. I have been trying this out. I can say, first off, you guys, this foundation, I'm wearing it today. This foundation, I cannot, and I will, this is another problem. I've been trying to listen to you guys. It has been raining here, and I have not been able to get a photo out in natural lighting of what this looks like on my skin. I really want to. If I'm able to while I edit this, I will put it in. It's very frustrating, but This to me is a light to medium buildable foundation. It does look good on the skin, but I was hoping for a little bit more coverage on the skin than what it gave me. It is a matte foundation, I will give it that. But it is a little uncomfortable on my skin, and I have oily skin, so I was thinking right away that I would like this, but I have it almost to where it feels a little itchy on my skin, and that is something that I've never experienced with a foundation. So that is something that I did want to take note, is it's a little itchy. It does go away, but at first while it's drying down, I just wanted to itch my face, and that is not something that I've experienced with a foundation. Minimizes pores. I used the pore minimizing primer with this and used that, and I still did not see any difference with my pores, you guys. So that, I just don't see that claim holding true. So I don't really see that either. And then it stays put for 12 hours. I did see that. I did wear this all day and it really did stay put, but I also used a powder. So that, and with the transfer resistant, I can't really tell you that because I used a powder. I always use a powder with my foundations, especially if they're liquid. So I can't tell you on that because it didn't really dry down for me. It still felt tacky, and I just used a powder because nobody's got time to wait an hour for something to dry down. So I used a powder. So overall, what do I think about this? I think, as far as I know, it is coming out in July. I think that it's going to be $11.99. If you guys know something different, you can let us know down in the comments. They did not give us any information other than that card right there as to any other informational details on that. I do know that there is a amazing video out there by Jen Loves Reviews breaking this down, even ingredient by ingredient. So I will leave that listed down below if you guys want to know a lot more on this foundation. I will leave that video down below for you guys to watch. My full opinion on this is it's okay, but it's definitely not going to be a foundation that I reach for all the time just because it's a little uncomfortable for me. It's not completely full coverage. I can see my skin completely underneath of it, but it makes my skin look good. So there's nothing really wrong with it. It doesn't settle into my fine lines. It looks good on the skin. It does last all day, but I do need to set it. It is a little uncomfortable. I don't know where that talk's coming from. It is a little uncomfortable at first while it's drying down. It's a little matte, and that's coming from an oily skinned person. It doesn't do anything for my pores, but I do think that it's an okay foundation. I don't think that it's horrible, but I don't think that it's truly amazing. But I am very excited about the shade range. I just think that it's a little confusing. Alright, now I want to move on to a self-tanner. And I'm sorry to anyone who does not care about this. I usually don't care about self-tanners either. But I really did not want to go into the summer ghost white. I really did not want to because I have plans for this summer, you guys. I have plans. So I wanted a little bit of a base tan and I wanted to start off light. So I went on Octoly. They have tons of self-tanning products on there from companies, and I grabbed this. And so I did get this free from Octoly to review, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I have used this. I'm a little excited about it. So this is from a company, and don't get mad at me, I cannot pronounce this, and I even went on Google and tried to look it up. They don't have a thing for it. So I'm guessing it's St. Moriz, if I'm saying it correctly. But I got the Tanny Mousse in medium, and then I also got their Advanced Pro Formula Primer along with their tanning mitts. Now, when you... I am a first timer, okay? When it comes to self-tanners, I've used them in the past, but I have not used them in a long time, okay? Mama's a noob. Just a noob. What you're supposed to do is get in the shower and use the primer. Now, these usually are pretty expensive. This is not that expensive, and that is something that I was excited about when it comes to talking to you guys about it, because it's something that's not expensive, and that's always very exciting. However, when it comes to self-tanners, the cheaper they are, the more nervous I get, because usually that's the more Oompa Loompa you're going to be and the more streaky you're going to be. And that's why, another reason why I really wanted to try this out, to let you guys know if this was going to be worth it or not for you. I'm coming from someone who is going to try out a cheaper brand and be a noob at self-tanning. So I really thought that I could give you guys a more insightful look at this if you wanted to try this out and you are a noob as well. So you use this primer, and this primer is supposed to prep and prime, exfoliate your skin, flatten and even your skin's surface, and create an optimal base for tanning. This, I honestly think, is not really worth it. Let's get back in line. Hoop. And I have to be honest with that. I really just think that if you have your own scrub, your own body scrub, just use that. If you don't, you can get this. But other than that, this is just like a body scrub. I had to use basically like this much of the whole bottle just on my first use of it. So this will only last you maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times of a use, and versus these scrubs that I have personal of my own. And the exfoliants in this were really just not enough for me. And I need something a little bit more harsh. So this really didn't do that much for me. Did it work? Yes. But I had to use a lot of it. So I would rather use something that I have in my personal inventory that works just a little bit more better for me. So I wouldn't purchase this with my own money. However, I do think it would work, and if it's something that you want to use in conjunction with the self tanner, or you don't have your own personal like body scrub, you can definitely pick it up, and it is definitely something that will work. So you do need to use this when you self tan, especially if you are new to self tanning and you aren't someone who usually uses a scrub. You gotta scrub off the dead skin, especially around your elbows and your knees, places like that, because that's where the self tanner will build up, and it's not a good look. Now, talking about their mitts, this is another product that it's cheap. It's a cheap mitt. I like different ones better. I have ones that you can throw into the wash. I really wouldn't throw this one into the wash. It's kind of just like a foamy styrofoam thin material. It's just cheaper. It worked. It did, but I'd rather use the one that I use that's a full kind of like oven mitt, and then you just throw it into the wash. I'd rather have something like that to use. But on to the actual tanning mousse here. This tanning mousse, this they say it's streak free, it washes off, it's dermatological tested, and it has olive milk and vitamin E in it. When I first used this, I thought that it was turning me bright orange. That was not the case. It set really nice in 4 hours. I washed it off. This gave me such a nice glow. I was so impressed, you guys. I wasn't orange. I just had a really nice base tan. And the crazy thing about it is, honestly, I kind of half-assed it because I was a little nervous. I was trying to hurry up because I was butt naked in my room. The kids were running in and out. I just wanted to get it on and see what it was going to look like. It came out really even. I didn't have any splotchiness. I didn't have any streaks, and I even went down on my hand. I went down on my feet. I didn't have any streaks. And the crazy thing about it is you won't see a tan on me now because I let it like just kind of go away. There's no streaks. It evenly just went away. I'm going to do this again tonight. I'm so impressed about how it developed and how it went away. I'm so impressed. I've never experienced something like this, even with higher end tanners. I was like, how is this? And I'm quite certain this is under $10. So I was like, how did they do this? Because it was really nice. Even my husband complimented me on this, and he was like, well, I thought that you weren't very good at that. There's no streaks on your body. It just looks like you've been tanning. And I'm like, that tanner makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. So if you are new at self-tanning and you don't want to spend a lot of money, just in case it's not for you, definitely check this out. It is a really good company. I'm surprised, honestly, that they don't charge more. And they do have it in different shades. This is a medium. I think that they have a light and a dark, maybe a darker. They have a bunch of different kinds. I like the foam ones personally because they're easier to distribute through your body. And I'm very, very pleased with that. And I'm going to continue to use it. I might even use a darker one because this was just kind of to test it out and to make sure that I wasn't going to Oompa Loompa. And I'm happy with it. I don't know if this is really necessary, and I want to use my own mitt. Alright, the next thing that I want to review is probably something that you guys are going to be like, how did you not know about this? And this is another product that I got free from Octoly to review, and this is really just how I was like, huh? What? And this is from Becca, and this is their highlighter in Moonstone. What? Now, when I first started my channel, I always knew about Opal. Opal was the highlighter to have. And that's just what I went with. I wasn't thinking about skin color. I wasn't thinking about skin type. I wasn't thinking about, you know, what went best with your skin your skin tone. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. And I love Opal. I still love Opal. I love Opal on a good tanning day. That's when I love Opal. But I started to notice the more that I got into makeup, the more that I noticed that Opal was a little bit too dark on me. And I never really looked too much more into Becca's highlighters because they're a little bit pricey. They're $38 per highlighter. So when you really look into Becca's highlighters, you want to make sure that you're getting something that's going to work for you. So I saw this on Octoly, and this is Moonstone, and this is more of a champagne. This is more of a fair skin highlighter. Come home to me. I don't know how I did not have this in my collection until now. There is a reason why Becca's highlighters have the hype that they have. They're just universally very good. They are very, very good, and they have so many different kinds. They melt into the skin. They have a very nice reflectiveness. I'm wearing this today on my skin. There's just a glow about them. I have it on my nose, on my lip. There's just a glow there. You can use them all over your body. They're just beautiful. They don't have chunks of glitter in them. They're just soft and silky. Very beautiful reflectiveness. I just love this. I love this so much. I am going to be using it in a get ready with me so you guys can see it perform. But I use these highlighters everywhere. On my shoulders, on my collarbone, on my brow bone, on my inner corner, on my face, on my nose, on my lips, everywhere. Everywhere. I'm almost hit pan on my Opal. It's just Moonstone is new to me and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I think I might have a Becca highlighter addiction. So I wanted to know your guys' opinions. Does anybody else have Moonstone? Because I haven't heard anybody talk about Moonstone. It's only ever been Opal, and I don't understand why. Because Moonstone, I'm like, where have you been? Because I only hear people talk about Opal, and Moonstone is for like fairer skin tones. It's like my everything now. So that is everything that I wanted to talk about. I was going to talk about a couple more things, but this video is already going way too long because I'm talking way too much. Thank you guys so much for whoever stuck to the end. I have a little bit of surprise for you amazing people who did. I have a kind of pop-up giveaway for you guys. Now this is going to be international. I will have all the details in the description box for you. I just want to show you what's going to be in it, and then everything else you need to know will be there so you can check it out. The first thing is from Derma-E, and this is the Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask. And then we also have the Purifying Detox Scrub, which is amazing. Then we have a Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Hydrogel Mask, which I wanted to pass on to you guys. Then we have two of the new CoverGirl primers, the one in Illuminate and then the Color Neutralizing. I wanted somebody to be able to try out two of those. We also have the new L'Oreal palette, and this is the Paradise Enchanted, the scented eyeshadow palette. I want someone to try out that. I got two of those. And then we also have the new Bad Habit Lightspeed palette, which is supposed to be the dupe for the Rihanna palette. It looks just like it. So that is what's going to go into this little small giveaway to thank you guys so much for supporting me all the time in any video that you watch all the time, all the way through. I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you so much. Just read the description on how you want to enter so you make sure that you enter correctly and win some goodies. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me and watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about these products. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.